Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to carry on with the harbour. Now we've got a big ship in port. I thought it'd be nice to put in a big warehouse with some work facilities underneath and some accommodation. And in the loft we'll have a big storage area and we'll be able to winch all the goodies up. So first off, let's mark out the floor plan for our building. We're using moss covered cobblestone for the floor because it's going to be really damp down here by the harbour, and then we're going to use moss covered brick stone and cracked stone brick for the walkway out the back of the building, which is where you're going to access the building. It's going to be the entryway, because at the front will be elevated above the harbour and you don't want to swim to your front door. We're going to retain the sand with a cobble retaining wall. And now we're just going to bring the walls up. We'll have the first course in stone brick. We'll bring the corners up in oak logs. I'll come 4 high to start with and knock them back when I get to my finished height of the walls. As I've said before, I don't plan my builds. I have a rough idea of where I want to put something and what I want to build, and I let the landscape and the colours around me determine how I'm going to build. So I'm not going to put any windows and doors in yet. I'm going to separate the rooms or the different buildings into 3. I've come up 2 blocks with stripped oak. Now I'm going to go around with an upside down step and sit the stripped oak again on top of that upside down step so that the building juts out on the next floor where the accommodation is. Because that's how medieval buildings were built. They sort of got wider as they got taller. Now I'm going to put 1 more course of stripped oak and 1 more course of oak logs to separate the different sections of the building. So there'll be 3 artisans living here. Bring the corners up a little bit as well, and we'll fill it all in with stripped oak. Again, we'll worry about the windows later. And now for the roof. I'm going to use that waxy copper for the roof, the one that's kind of coloured already, because I think the green looks quite nice with the sea. It looks really weathered and lovely. I'll just put a block in at the back so that we've got somewhere to stick the steps to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a gable at each end. So I'm going to do a straight run of roof at the back, and obviously there's a squiggly bit at the front because the building's not completely oblong. So here we go. I'm going to build the short gable first, and then I'm going to replicate that gable on the other side. Because what I'm going to do on this little bit that juts out, I'm going to make a platform, a viewing platform, so that the artisans can go up into the loft and they can see out to sea when the ships that are bringing their goodies in are coming. So we'll bring the roof across, and I'll just do a plain roof for now to get the roof on, and then afterwards I'll shape this front bit. But I just want to fill it in for now and just get the roof on. And put in roughly where I want the door. So that's roughly where I want the door. Now I'm going to pop the back on the roof. And this is just a straight run. Remember, it's just storage upstairs, so we don't really need any windows. So we can get our natural light from the gables. We'll use just simple half slabs for the roof, for the pitch of the roof at the top. And we'll remember to bring the roof down on the side so that it looks nice and even when you look at the building from the side. And upside down steps to flesh it out a little bit. There we go, half slabs along that. So that looks much better. Now all we have to do is go back in and redo this arch at the front. Now we can blend it all into the roof so we've got like a hip in the roof. And again we'll come out one so that we've got a proper arch. There we go. And then we'll build up a bell. There we go. And the flooring for outside, and start the flooring on the inside. Now I have to do a half slab underneath the outside flooring so that the ceiling of the room below is even. And then we'll knock out the gable for where all the goodies are going to come in, where we put the winch. We'll pop some windows on this side for some natural light. Some lanterns all the way down. A door in our platform. And then for the winch and the platform to which we're winching up to. I'll use trapdoors for this platform. We'll put some chain coming down, and then I really like this bamboo trapdoor. It looks really cool. And we'll pop that on the winch floor, and then we'll use a half slab of bamboo underneath the chain to hold it all together. Now for the area underneath, we'll mix up a load of blocks. We'll even put some andesite in there as well, because that works really well with the stone. Stack up our straw and hay. Put some carpet up here. If you squat, you can put carpet on trapdoors. You won't trigger them. Then all our storage, including some melon and foray and some barrels. And now for our buildings. We'll pop the doors in. So the front door's around the back, which is a bit confusing. we'll put the floors in. I'll show you with one and then I'll just duplicate with the other two. We'll have a ladder going up to the sleeping accommodation. Downstairs we'll use fence posts in the windows, and upstairs we'll use glass because that's where they'll be sleeping. We'll also need a door going outside to the front of the building, to the platform. And because there's a step up, we'll have to take 3 blocks out and use a half step above the door. You can see that better here from the front. We'll use trapdoors as railings. Now, I left a trapdoor out on the corner because I put a ladder against the wall so that you could go up the ladder and then jump up onto the platform. But it didn't work because you can't get onto the platform from the ladder. So you'll need to put in the last trapdoor so you can flip it down and then jump onto the trapdoor and then onto the platform and flip the trapdoor back up. So I put signposts up for all my artisans, and now I'm going to decorate the walls. And I use a mixture of buttons, of signposts, of lichen and vines and dried roots. On the corners I like to use fence posts and chain, and I'll just systematically go all the way around the building doing that. And here we have it. So you can see I've used the trapdoors for the window shutters, and I've tried to fill in and flesh out as much as possible. Here's our viewing platform. I could have put some chairs up here really, so you've got a really good view out to sea. And then inside you go down one step, which I made with a half slab. There's our windows around 4A, all our storage, our big winch. There's the platform that bring everything up, and then down onto the storage. So you can see the mixture of lichen and buttons and vine. And the vine's really good because it keeps growing, so it really ages a building. And this is our first artisan, and there's accommodation upstairs. And then we come out the front door, which is at the back. And see how I've used the fence post with the chain, and then into our second artisan. And here's accommodation upstairs. And then the third one, which is a cartographer, who has the bigger of the accommodations. There we go, and there's a children's room at the end. Thank you everybody for watching. I do hope you like my videos. If you do, please do like and subscribe. And leave a comment, it would be lovely to hear from you. And I hope you enjoyed my build. Take care, see you all again soon. Bye bye.